lesson, I'm going to teach you how to make this little blouse here. Okay? Look, she's pretty fresh. Now for the summer, I chose to make it very loose, the model very stripped, very short is. So I'm going to get closer so you can see the detail of the point. Look at that. It has these reliefs here. It has the chains at the top of the stitch appearing, so it is all in relief here. The collar and sleeves from the back only. So she's pretty fresh. Now for the summer, it is easy to do. Even beginners can do this piece, okay? So to make it, I used 2 skeins of Veron de Circulo yarn and crochet needle size 3.5, so I think that's it. The piece is very simple, very easy to make. Let's go step by step. To make this piece, I will use the yarn Veron from Circulo. They are skeins of 406 mantus. So here it is a yarn that contains 50% cotton and 50% polyester. His text is 369 and suggests a crochet needle size 2.5 to 3.5. The color I'm going to use is 3390 quartz, so it's a pretty pink. So you will need, in addition to the thread, you can make this piece with any thread you want. It can be thinner, thicker, wool, thin thread. It's the thread you want, okay? You will. I will use to weave the crochet needle size 3.5. I'm going to use 3.5, which is suggested here in rock. It's tape measure. You'll need scissors and some markers, but you don't have the need. If you do not have, and no problem, these markers I will use only to learn to sew. That's all. Because if the blouse is very easy to make, it doesn't have any stitch reduction. You don't need to mark anything. It's just for holding when sewing. If you don't have it, you can use a pin, you can use a staple. Yeah, you can use those zipper wires, bread packets will do too. Whatever you have, you can use there to learn when sewing. So now I'm going to explain how this piece will be made and how you take its measurements. So this blouse, it will be made in 2 parts, part of the front and part of the back. But it will be done in a different way than traditional. Normally we start crocheting either from top to bottom or from bottom to top. In that case, we'll do it sideways, okay? We will weave its length by its width, then we go sideways, going like this, until we complete the width of the blouse. Yeah, I'm going to do the drawing here of how it's going to be made in 2 parts, the front part. Then I'm going to leave a small cavity here, and I'm going to do the same thing for the back part, except I'm going to leave a bigger cavity, okay? These digs here have no point reduction. It's very easy to do. So it's going to be done like this, front and back. So here's going to be the back and here's the front, because the neckline is a little bit bigger here at the front. So as we are going to go down from here to here, from here we are going to have its length by its width, and I need that. Yes, I stayed. I made one here. I already have it. It's 51 centimeter wide. So its width, it's 51 centimeter. I'm going to do the length of this one, okay? The length was 50 centimeters. It was a little wider than it was long. I made a little bar down here too. and this bar was 5 centimeters high. This bar here, this part of the shoulder here was 18 centimeters. Here also almost 18, and here also 18, more or less like that. Almost 18 rounding, okay? If I stretch it out a little bit, it gets to 18. Each of these parts here and here, the same thing. Now I'm going to show you how you're going to take these measures so you can get to where I got to. So here I took this photo from the magazine to show how you will take the measurement to make this blouse. So yeah, you're going to need to take it off. 3 measurements to know the width, okay? So I always take the measurement from shoulder to shoulder, the circumference of the bust, and the circumference of the belly. You will take these 3 measurements and you will take the largest of them, because sometimes the person has the wider shoulder and takes the measurement of the bust. Then the blouse is tied at the top and looser at the bottom. Or sometimes the person has a bigger belly and takes the measurement of the bust or shoulder to shoulder. Or when going to wear the blouse is tight on the belly so it won't fit. So you will always do it for your largest measurement, which will then be very loose. Everything will not be tight. So you will take this measurement. Mine gave, in this case, 50 is what I need. I have 100 centimeters here of bust circumference, the largest measurement. As I'm going to do it in 2 parts, I'm going to divide it in 2. So the width of my blouse will be 50 centimeters. How do I want more? Let go a little bit, I'll do it with 51, okay? If you want to add a little more, one for it to be loose and another here, we lose a little of the width when we go to do the sewing, but it is minimal. So I made it 51 centimeter wide, then 51 centimeters. Width, because if I add 51 to 51, it gives the 100 centimeters that I have here in circumference. You will need the length, so you will put the measuring tape right over your shoulder. And as far as you want this blouse to go, sometimes you want a little over the hip. It's at the bottom of the butt, below the butt, then it's up to you. Then you take the tape measure, put it right over your shoulder, and go down to where you want it to be. I left this blouse of mine at 50 centimeters, so it's 50 centimeters long. Another measurement that you need to take is the shoulder and the cavity here, which you will leave space. So I left almost 18 centimeters here, away to the hollow of the neck. Then I put the medical tape where I want the cleavage to start and where I want it to end. So I go in front of the mirror and put it on. If I want 11 canoe neckline, I'll increase a little more. I'm going to put the tape a little farther from your neck. I left a finger here, a little past the neck, okay? And mine was 6 inches. Stretch tight like that, okay? I'm rounding to 18 centimeters, which is the distance from the hollow of the collar. Here, shoulder, you will need to take the measurement too. Then you put where you left off the measurement of the collar cavity, for example. Here you will put the measuring tape here and you will measure how far you want it to empty its sleeve. Because we're going to do it, it's going to have a little sleeve here on the side. If you want it shorter, you make it narrower. I wanted to leave a little more sleeve here, so I made it wider than my shoulder. Then this distance that's stretching a little also reached 18 centimeters, almost 18 centimeters, it's shoulder width. Then you have to remember that if you leave this distance, the other, you will always leave the same distance, okay? Another measurement that you need to take is that of this part here, the hollow of the sleeve, which is the part that you will leave open, seamless, is So you're going to do it. There are two ways to take this measure. You're going to put the measuring tape right over your shoulder and you're going to go around. And stop here, ask for the circumference, or you will put the measuring tape right over the shoulder and it will come up here more or less the 2 fingers or under the armpit so that it won't be rubbing there, very glued to the armpit. So you leave a little space, okay? Come here. Then, for example, it gave 10 centimeters from here to here, so you go for it. So this measurement is 10 centimeters if you subtract the circumference. Yeah, this one's probably 10 centimeters. It's going to be 20 centimeters. So you put 10 forward, 10 for the back part, right? Yes, I'm going to give measurement suggestions, which usually works great on my pieces for the sizes. So here, Mango Hollow, measurement suggestions. It's saved from the sleeve to size P. I leave this distance from 19 centimeters to 20 centimeters here. Size M from 20 and 21 centimeters to 22 centimeters, and size G I go this way and we will appear in the video. Size G from 23 centimeters to 24 centimeters. Normally this measurement suggestion is super successful here. If you don't want to take it off, you use this measurement suggestion here. I'm going to make mine with 20 centimeters. I always like to leave 20 to get really loose and not get caught. So from that you're going to do the following. You're going to make a string of chains that give the size of the length, because we are going to weave from here. He will make a string of chains with the size of the length, and he will weave rows back and forth, 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 until he gets here on this side. Then it won't be like that. The traditional one is fine, so I make a string of chains the same length. In my case, here it gave 100 chains. It went very well. So for this point, you need to have chains, countless pairs, always pairs. That'll work out. So any number of chains, as long as it's an even number, is. So I made 100 chains. It gave my size right, that I arrived here at 50 centimeters in length. Then I'll make the chain cord. Kami is with the 100 chains. And then I return to show how I'm going to assemble, how I'm going to make this point. I'm already here with my cord with the 100 chains already woven. Now, after you have done it, you have found your measurement, you have found the amount of chains. Yes, you will add 2 more chains, 1 and 2. Okay, and it's going to make a half high point on the 3rd chain, 1 coming out of the needle, 123 on the 3rd. You're going to go in with the needle and make a half high point, and these chains here, it's going to be equivalent to a half high point too. And I'm going to do this half high point here. I'm working the bar. I chose to do 10 half high stitches to make the bar, so I've already done 2. I'm going to do more here, 3 half a point high, 4. I'm going to the next chain half a point high. I do it like I'm going to make a high point, only I take it all off at once. I already have 12, 34, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I have 10 half points high, and this right here is the size of my bar. If you want to leave more, you can. It's remembering that you have to leave it here. As you added 2 chains, increased 1 point, so I had 100 chains. I'm going to have 101 points in my career now, okay? It will be like this. You will end up with the odd number, and you have to leave this odd number for the dots part, okay? Not here for the bar part. So if you're going to do 10, you always do 10, 12 here on the bar to be odd here. Oh, to make the little right, I'm going to show here one that I have already knitted the back part. Oh, it will be like this. Oh, I made 10 for the bar and the rest here. Oh, I continue to knit, then the body of the blouse, okay. Oh, it was 5 centimeters. If you want to put a marker here so you don't get lost, you can. Or if not, you will pay close attention when weaving. I did the 10 points. I'll check 1234, 567, 89, 10. Remembering that the chains count as a little bit from now on until the end of the drawdown, I will make high points. This first career will only be high points here on the body of the blouse. You will weave high stitch until you get there at the end of the cord. So I'm going to have, coming to the end, 91 low stitches, high stitches, sorry, 91 high stitches I'm going to weave to the end. It will be fine like this, oh here, smaller, to give that adjusted underneath and here. I'm going to knit the high stitches, high stitch, next to high stitch, until I get to my end here of the cord. As soon as I arrive, I will return. I reach the end of my career, knitting only the high stitches. Look how the first career went. To do the next career, I will do 4 chains, 123 and 4. 3 equals a high point and 1 is separation. I'm going to turn my work around and I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to skip 1 point and I'm going to do it in the other. I'll jump this one. This one is from the chains first. I'll jump this one and I'll go on this one. But I'm not going to take the top of the stitch as we normally do. Insert a needle here and make the stitch high if you want. You can do it, but since I want a different texture, I'm going to take the 3rd strap of the stitch. So the stitch has 1 strap, 2 straps, and 3 straps, which is this one here. Oh, okay, the top of the stitch, which has straps in the back, straps in the front, and the 3rd groin, which is this one here. So I'm going to insert needle here, oh, into this groin here, oh, right behind the point, and I'll make a wide point. You're going to stand up like that, huh? But then he sits down, okay, he'll go to the place, I'll make a little chain, I'll skip 1 point. Oh, I'll skip 1 point and I'll go to the next. And instead of me taking the top of the point, I'll take this little strap here. Oh, the 3rd strap. So I go with the needle here, oh, from the bottom up, and insert here, oh, here. And I make the high point because I want 1, and oh, I make the high point, I make a little chain. It goes like this because I want this effect here. I'm going to show in this part that I already have a fabric. It will be like this with a relief. It will be with the top of the stitch up. It will have this chain effect. Oh, just taking the AV here. It's like this. The reverse side and the right side has the chains. Oh, the top of the point. That's why I take the 3rd strap, to keep all this chain forward. If you want, you can just take the back strap. There will only be 1 strap here in front. Then, as I wanted, as a chain effect was made, oh, I took the 3rd alcinha, oh, there at the back of the stitch, to create this relief here. So this is optional if you want, okay? If you find it difficult, you can grab the top or just the back strap, which is you come here and then just grab this strap, okay? If you want, then I'll go, do it here, oh, jump, I did it at this point, jump next, and go to the other, oh, and in this little bit here, oh, I insert the needle, oh, raven here, and make the high point. That's why it's important to make the stitch very loosely so that you can easily enter with the needle there in this Alcinha. Oh, I skip one of the next, I enter here, in this third Alcinha of the high stitch. I make a separation chain, I skip a point, I go to the other one and get it on the third strap. At first it seems difficult, it seems bad, but then you get the hang of it and go, which is a beauty, and this detail here is very beautiful. It's just that it's in the front. Look, I think it's worth it. I made the separation chain, it skips one point, I go to the next, I made it tighter, I already feel more difficulty. Get in here, high point, little chain, skip one point, I'll go to the next, and so you go. This way, don't forget the separation chain. Oops, full of the square loop, the separation chain. And skip a point between skipping a point. Oh, to stay with the squares, you will weave this way until you get here. Oh, where you made the ones up to here. Oh, the first high point, okay? When I get here, I'll come back to show you how to do this part of the bar here. So I'm going to test everything, taking the third strap here from the high point. So I'm almost here at the end. Oh, I still have highs here. Oh, before you start the little bar, which is done with the half high points. So I skip one and go here on the last one, take the back strap and pass my last high point here. When I make the last high point, I don't make a chain, I go straight to the bar here. To the bar, I'm going to continue doing it with the half high point, but I'm going to take the back strap. If I see it here, oh, I have the top of the point. Oh, I'm just going to take the back strap. Oh, just on this strap to give the relief of the bar. So I'm going to make the half high point, or taking the back strap. Oh, I turn here to make the top of the point. Oh, only on the back strap. I do half high, and here, as it is little, I like to do and count so as not to lose myself, not to lose points, and also not to increase. So I already have 2. I go in the back Alcinha. I do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eight just on the back strap, okay? 9 and 10. That's why it's good to count, because sometimes you can stop doing it here. Oh well, in the second chain here I make the 10th stitch. Oh guilt, I didn't give the loop, and I make the 10th stitch here. To do the next career, I'm going to make 2 chains that are equivalent to half a high point, and I'm going to turn my work here. I'm going to do it here. I'm going to turn here. There's the top of the point. Oh, the top of the point. I'm going to take the back strap. Not here, because it's the one with the little chains. Here I go in and do the half high point. Let's see the little loop. So I already have 2 because the chains already equals 112 on the back strap. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. Nine and 10, I finished all my bar. Oh, now here I'm going to make a stitch. It's a high stitch only on the back strap now. Oh, so I turn here. Oh, I have the top of the stitch. I'm going to make it on the back strap. I make the high stitch. Inside the chain here, oh, I'm not going to take the space. I'm going to take it here. Oh, inside the chain, I go in with a needle and do the high point. I'm going to do an entire career with a high point on top of a high point, but by taking the back strap in the space of the chain, oh, I take it inside the chain and do the high point. To also have this effect here, oh, with this relief here, oh, okay? So it's going to be full of relief here on the front. So here I'm going to the high point, oh, high point, taking the back belt, I'm going on the chain, and I'm going into the chain, and I'm going to do the detour again. On top of the high point on the back strap and on the chain, so this career will just be a high point like this, taking the back strap to have this relief here. Oh, so I'll do it like this throughout my entire career until I get here at the end. When I get here in the end, I will return. So I've come through the career, oh, and I'm left here to finish. So here you can't forget that these 4 chains were made to turn the work in the previous career. 3 equals 1 high point and 1 separation point. So here you will have to do, don't forget a high point. Come here, on the 4th chain 1234, on the 4th chain I make a high point. And I will also make a high point on the 3rd chain, because here it is easy to lose point. So don't forget 123 there on the 3rd. I'll go in with a needle and I'll make a high stitch, okay? It's just not to forget this detail, not to lose point. Oh, the ideal is always from time to time. Tell here if you put the points right. To make no mistake, okay? So as not to make a mistake, later in the front you will see that you made a mistake. So now, this is the reason for the point. Are we going to repeat this here until we reach the width of the blouse? Actually, it's not until you reach the width. It's until you reach the size. It's from the shoulder until you start the goal cavity. So for the next career, I will make 4 chains, 23 and 43. It amounts to a high point, a point of separation. They saw my work, and I'm going to do the same thing that I did here. Oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to skip a point. Oh, so this first one here. Oh, it's from the little chains. This one I jump, and I'm going to this one. This one I'm going to the 3rd Alcinha that's here. Oh, top of the point, back Alcinha, front Alcinha, 3rd Alcinha, then here. I'm going to make my high point on this Alcinha. I make a chain, I jump 1 point, I go to the next. On the 3rd Alcinha high point, a chain jump 1 on the next one, right? Third, Alcinha reaches a high point. Is that all you're planning to do here? I will assemble the chain, Grandpa. Here you have to be careful that you are always catching one under the other so that it stays, right? Well aligned with those points. Altos. That whether you get the quantity wrong here or not.
Should we skip or risk missing the crucial point?
Sometimes you might fall into the middle area here, which isn't ideal. You should remain well aligned like this, see?
The highlights?
Always aligned.
In this sequence, Paloom will proceed next.
In the back teddy bear.
Punctual Paloom is proceeding now.
Next in line is this one.
Point is fine.
Essentially, the only real difference lies in where you're heading.
Stitch
to form the relief there on the front of the work.
Therefore, I'm planning to weave like this all the way to O.
My whole career?
Until I get there.
Back at the bar once more, O, when I eventually get there. Here, there, and me. I'll be returning to do a bit more with you. Throughout my entire career, I've been hitting the high points.
Yeah, and here,
Still pending the highs needed to conclude.
I made the chain here.
I skip one to the next, I do the high point, and since it's the last of my career, I don't anymore.
I'll make the chain. All right?
I'll be right over here waiting.
To the part of the bar, part of the bar.
At just half a point higher, I'll turn around and go for it.
The strap is just on the back strap.
From behind, I do half a high point, and I enjoy doing it while counting.
To see if it's right. 1,
23, 4, 5, 67, 89, 9.
And 10. Oh, that's why you have to tell me it looks like I'm done with my career. But the chains are here. Oh, the 10th is on the second chain in his career.
down here.
So if you squeeze too much, it becomes difficult to be a needle, which is my case. I squeeze O and do the 10th here.
On top of the chains.
So that's why I like doing and counting, because it does yes to lose point.
It does. 2 chains, and that's how it goes.
Turn the job around. Which is the right side. Look how it is.
Getting pretty.
So here I make the 10.
Points count.
Moreover, the idea behind the bar arriving here initially eludes me.
I do.
Because it's das.
Good chains.
In this one, the...
Second.
So I already have one that has 2 chains.
Right now.
3. 4.
Number 56 followed by 7.
8. 9. And now for number 10. I am officially done. I am now capable of doing the 10 bar.
Start here.
For the body of the blouse.
Then it's time.
High now.
At this elevated point, I specifically choose this one, not from elsewhere, not from behind, nor the front. I opt for the 3rd strap, no need to apologize. Here is where I grab the strap.
Backwards. What about it?
High point.
Inside the chain I will do, inside the chain another.
High point.
At that high point,
Na.
The back strap located inside the chain stores.
The back strap, the top.
Originating from within.
starting from the chain links.
And it gets like this. Oh, with this relief. Oh, taking the back strap and inside the chain. Look, it's all worked.
Then you will weave this way by placing only stitches.
High until you get there.
Upon reaching the end, repeat the same process. This is where you create the house stitches.
What is it?
High point jumps a point separated by a chain and arriving at the bar.
Make the point.
Always the point bar back and forth with the middle point high, always taking the strap of...
You always manage, right? Will you continue weaving like this?
Here.
Until it reaches the...
I have a sizable back part prepared here. Let me show you.
Until it hits.
What's the size now?
Look, I've been weaving.
Here it is. Oh, right by.
All this kit,
Korea, which is the size of my shoulder that I had said there that...
he gave me 18.
Centimeters. Oh, okay.
Oops, it's almost 6 inches. Almost 6 inches. I give it a little stretch. It arrives at 18. It's the shoulder part. Then I start digging. Oh, digging my back. But this here, when I get here, I will explain.
So here I wove and I'm going to open it here for...
Let me help you visualize then. Oh, here's the section of the bar.
What about the part where I was coming?
Weaving, oh, like me.
I explained there to here, then I woven in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
12, 13, 14.
15, 16, 17 long careers.
Nat?
centimeters, which is my measurement, and I stopped in this career here. Oh,
High points were ceremonially closed.
yes, so you will weave yours in the same manner until you finally reach A.
Width here. Oh.
What did you measure?
From the shoulder, oh, that precise measure, just the right fit.
Here, oh. What are you going?
Weave, in my case, the 18th unit.
So I weaved by
24,
6,810,
1214.
16 and 17.
Careers measuring up to 18 centimeters in length.
So I'm going to weave this other one here that
I started the front part. Oh, where am I already here?
I will continue weaving until I finally arrive.
Here. When I get here, I'll be back.
I'm going to teach you the method to make this particular neckline right here on this specific part.
From the neck, the collar.
There I am.
I'll be back to show you how it's done.
Then I will.
Weaving, and when I arrive?
I'm returning here because I got here, covering the distance I needed, which is the specific measurement.
Let me demonstrate the shoulder area to you. It's already reached the point we need.
Measure of almost.
18 centimeter stretching.
Well done indeed.
Approximately 18 centimeters.
So I've reached my shoulder measurement. Now I'm going to do A.
Please go ahead and dig the hole thoroughly.
Is it from?
Collar than always.
Stop this career.
Closed highs are acceptable, right? I'll demonstrate.
So how exactly did the back end turn out?
That I did, oh, like this, oh. So now we're going to start.
Here then, at this point then.
It's like this, oh.
So I descended from here, and at this moment, I'm about to begin. This particular section here, okay? Therefore, that's precisely how I accomplished that segment. Allow me to demonstrate it to you now, so when you dyed your size.
What do you need from?
Shoulder. And then ceased in the career of close points. Is it possible for you to cut the wire?
And proceed to do it here.
For part of the
Back me.
I left it right here. Oh, at 10
Points, oh.
And then I started weaving 12, 34, 5, 6, 7, 89, 10,
234.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
That's it.
Stitches I left.
So here I want to leave a little.
Bigger because it's from the back, oh.
I initially placed this here, so from the front, I plan to leave a bit more space, intending to leave some noticeable gap. Let us examine this here, perhaps.
I shall count now if starting from the back.
I had left 10 points here, and this one I'm going to leave.
14, I want it. Leave 1.
Slightly larger than mine, the cover at the front. So following after me.
I told O I'm going to tie the thread right here at the number point.
15, I put a marker.
Therefore, I left 14 points here for reference.
Out that I'm not going to work, so I'm going to take off the marker so I don't get in the way, and I'm going to tie the film to the number point.
E15. After that, I tie the thread at this exact point, O.
At the point of
Number 15.
later,
Was it me who tied the wire, really?
I will.
Proceed. So here I'm going to create 4 chains.
1.
23.
Oh, I tied the thread here and then left 14 stitches.
So this is going to be my cave, right?
Do you measure the height of your pit? And leave it.
Is it without making the amount you?
Do you want here?
Height.
Okay.
I completed all 4 tasks here.
Chains I will.
Turn my work around carefully, and I'll keep on smoothly weaving it together.
Point.
It's like I've been weaving, only I'm going.
Stop weaving.
High up here, oh, and then oh indeed.
I did this one.
I will skip this specific point, but this one I will attend to.
So pay attention.
Additionally, leaving behind a notable amount.
Odd points here on the body of the piece until it reaches the bar.
There's got to be an odd amount here.
It's about to make a point.
And you also have to understand if you're getting married.
Here, write one.
Oh, here, it's straight here. Oh, here it's straight, here it is. There's no point in marking it here, for example. Oh, then it won't stay.
Everything.
Line the squares, so you have to pay attention to this detail when you go to do it.
This part here.
So you'll stop,
Weave all these.
stitches here.
So I skip a good no.
Close and catch that no, yes, from behind.
Take a high deliberate step.
A leap chain.
A good one.
Following that is a chain stitch.
Jump.
A good one on the next, and so on.
Are you coming down?
Until you get to the bar.
Oh. So I'm gonna go down that way now until I get there.
There at the bar, when I get here at the...
Bara, I'll be back.
I came all the way.
Career-wise, there are some significant updates. Oh,
Utilizing this small square stitch right now.
I got to the bar.
At the bar, I perform my usual routine.
The 10 points.
Will I eventually remember the chains?
And I will press it later. I am unable to insert the needle here right now. Eventually, I reach the end of the task.
Career. I make the two little chains, turn it into my job.
And I continue here, progressing this one step at a time.
That one.
And I'm doing it. Twelve, 34, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 0. Now the stitches start here.
Alto so.
Consistently taking hold of the back strap.
So here I give.
Sequence generally in order.
Directly to the point, seizing solely the back strap.
Persistent until my arrival.
So I'm going down like this until...
Arrive here, all right?
Upon my arrival here, I'll return. I'm reaching the twilight of my career, having done so, where I'll cherish the cold, oh me.
I'll do it here.
In the 4 little chains I do here on Wednesday.
Chain a notable highlight, and then proceed in the 3rd chain as I typically do.
Another significant point, which I've consistently applied in all my projects.
So now I stop here.
This movie that I'm going to bring back later, me.
We complete all tasks thoroughly when we undertake them.
Our piece then, give that one.
Rounded format.
Right here at this moment now.
Oh,
I'm going to make 4 chains, 1 on 23 and 4.
I turn my work around and
I'll continue.
normal here for blouse, I go down, go back and forth, go back and forth.
starting with fear in the same manner until the desired width is achieved.
From the pit, okay?
I left nearly 18 centimeters, so I'll keep the same measurement this time as well. That's almost 6 inches.
I'll show you.
Is this for you to provide another one?
So I do here give high point. I'm weaving a
Career now even.
It's only here then?
I'll weave.
So it's just back and forth until the end.
Everything remains here until further notice.
I've now achieved the full width of the collar.
I'll show you here that I
got it ready.
Here, leave it.
I arranged everything for her and then proceeded downstairs.
Oh. I went down by
12,
34.
567.
89, 10, 11, 12, 13, 141, 5, 16, 17 for 17 careers. Then I'll interweave this other one.
Leave here O.
Also for 17 careers.
Oh, this one's gonna delve a bit deeper.
Oh, the cleavage?
If you want the back part, no.
Do you need a cleavage?
Or
Make a smaller neckline? Can you do it like this?
just a little bit.
Here I left it deep and here I left more.
Still deep O.
Then I will.
Weave the same amount of
Careers, oh, here.
me.
I woven the same amount, oh.
The same amount.
Here I will weave the same amount when I get here, oh.
So I'm gonna stop in the career
Of little holes now, okay?
This one, oh, when I get here.
Shall I return?
To show you how I'm gonna do it from here on out, right? So I'm gonna weave these careers until I get there.
here. Oh, at the end of the distance from my collar, which this one here gave almost 18 centimeter. Also let me show here 18 centimeter, almost 19 distance, almost 19.
Okay.
Then I'll weave.
This part here.
When I get there,
Here, oh, in the square part I return. So I came weaving O and arrived here in size.
Is it the pit that I require?
is it from?
Distance from the neck cavity.
It gave me my 6 inches. I did it here then. 12, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 3, 1, 4, 15, 16. 17 rows, measuring 18 centimeters.
Now I'm going to show you how.
What am I gonna do for?
Take those points back here, oh,
Are we going to have to do the same?
on the other side.
Then I embarked on a career within the expansive world of comic books. I'll catch up with you soon.
Another wire, okay? It could be from another skein or...
For example, I have this one.
Look, I took it from the center. I can open it and take the tiny tip on the outside, just a small piece.
To tie it here,
I am.
I have the remainder of the other one here.
Ball, so I'm not going to open that one there, and me?
I'm gonna do this. Let me just pull it, you know?
Not right here.
Disassemble it. I'll tie it at this end. Let me come closer. And then at this point,
Tip here, oh.
I will.
Tie the thread on the third chain because one is separation, right? 123. Right here, oh, I insert the needle.
And I tie the string.
after I tie the thread, I'm going to make 14 little chains here on this end.
All right.
Because I stopped doing it, that's why it's 14.
14 points. And I'm going to have to retake those 14 points.
So now I'm going to create 14 chains.
Here, oh, I just tied the wire. I'll get closer. I just tied it up.
The wire is going to do it.
Insert.
Once again, on the sheet, I passed the thread and will now make a chain of 23, 4, 5, 6, and 78 stitches. 9, 1, 0, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Then should I cut the wire? Yes, you will make the same number of stitches you initially skipped. For instance, if you skip 10, 12, do that number.
8 does not matter.
Are you going to create the same number of chains and stitches that you initially skipped right here?
So I did my 14. I'm going to cut the wire.
And give a little kiss.
Then I will.
I severed the wire here, which is why I'm like this. Oh.
Now I'm going to resume Y.
I left the thread weight in here. Oh, that I was weaving. I'm going to go back to normal, okay? I'm going to make the 2 chains here. I'll turn.
The job.
And I'll continue weaving.
My whole career.
Here, normally, oh.
I'll focus on the key highlights.
Now what about me then?
I'll do my 10 bar points here.
First, 2,345.
He's looking for sane.
So I made 10 here.
Points from the bar, and I'll do the high points by taking the...
Using the back strap, just as I've done my entire career, I will weave them together.
Throughout his career, there have been numerous highlights.
Until I get there.
In the end,
Before I got here, oh,
in this string of chains.
what did I do here?
Okay, then.
I'm going to weave here.
Oh.
I'll weave.
Everything until you get here at?
Chain cord.
When I get to the cordon?
I'll use chains to demonstrate how I'll do it. Thus, I've been weaving throughout my career, and now I've made it to this point, in this segment.
Chain cord, this is precisely it.
Make a point.
High for each chain here.
Cordon 2.
Cord of...
Chains flipped. If you're aiming to tie it, create the little chain on this side.
Can you too?
Oh,
Are you going to put a point?
Given the high demand for each chain, I'll finish the rest here so the video isn't prolonged. It's lengthy, all right? Once I finish here, I'll return. I turned 14 years old.
high points here. Oh,
It remained as it was, I resumed, and now it's done.
continuing the sequence, make the point as usual. 2, 3.
Turn the work over to continue making the point, right?
Continuing from here to
Down at the bar, right? Here's the candy in the back.
and so I proceed.
So now,
You will weave, go and
come back to that same point.
now you pick it up.
Everything's absolutely fine.
Weave the same distance that you weave here. Oh, same amount of chains is of rows that you weave here.
Then the part will be fully completed. Your section of the blouse is ready, and now I'll weave my section here before you.
I took the stitches back.
Is it for
Let's see, 12, 34, 5, 6, 7.
89, 10, 11, 12, 13, 141, 5, 16, 17 careers? I'll weave here, okay? So I'll weave the rest here.
After finishing, I will return to demonstrate it.
How did you stay and explain?
The next steps.
I'm back here.
Oh, I finished.
Observe, I have woven the required amount for the size needed.
Shoulder?
So the front part is already finished, and the back part is, so you will need to do 2.
Equal parts, yes.
To make one for the front and one for the side,
From the back, remembering
that if you want to do
a section of the back straight and even.
without that space,
Here, oh, do.
from the collar you,
You can do it, okay? You can. Start here on weave straight.
The whole width.
the blouse without doing it,
Does this hollow area work well for the back?
ensure you maintain the same distance that you left here.
Part of the front.
Alternatively, you can follow my method where I left one part.
Little smaller here, the hollow of the back. Oh,
I left 10.
points and part.
From the front, I left 14 points. It's up to you, so will you?
Do the 2 parts.
To be able to sew. So here, oh, I didn't finish the thread, no?
I cut it, even broke the last point here. Let me see, it's not right here.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna cut the wire.
What am I planning to utilize?
Sewing, okay?
So yeah, if you want, you can cut it. That's up to you. Now I'm going to position the two side by side
So that you can visualize what it looked like to organize here. Thus, we have the two parts right here.
I realized that I
made it a little wider than
fulfilled, so she stayed.
short and wide, okay? She got wider than
Completed.
So I have the two parts here.
With the right side up, I'm going to show here the difference between the right and the
Reverse the side.
right hem.
You got it?
These intricate braids filled with relief and elegance.
What about the side of?
The reverse side was incredibly smooth.
Okay, so it was pretty easy to find him?
Right and wrong side of your piece to sew. I'll position here A.
Part of the back.
With the right up facing me, so I put it here on the table right up in.
Now for?
Do the sewing.
I'll put the front with the... Turn it upside down for me.
Oh, here on the table.
So I positioned it.
Oh, come closer. Oh, so pro.
Outside, inside out, and here out, inside out. If I open here, I have the right, inside out. You're already well positioned here.
Form.
To do the
Stitch and go.
join now.
The shoulder part, okay, I'll sew it up.
This one.
This part here. I'll just organize it.
I'll organize it here.
So now for?
Stitch like I didn't finish. Oh, I'm with the stitch finished there.
I will.
I'll gather everything together here. And after that, I'll be on my way.
Place the needle right in this spot.
Right in the first.
At this point, I'm definitely going.
Pull the cold.
So I rested them both.
From all sides now.
I'm going to enter here on the side of the point. Can I get here on the side?
And go there on the side of the point. Pull the...
Wire.
Should I make the lowest point? Oh.
I insert the wire.
I pull the needle. I make a low point. I go here. In the next little space.
0, the wire.
Would you please let me pull and make a low point?
Continue this process until you arrive at the very end here. I go in with needle low point. I'll turn around to see how it's getting. Oh, it's getting.
So this seam, then you can certainly proceed.
Make a choice if you want to do 2 in each section.
Space.
Keep it extremely loose, making sewing straightforward.
To do.
There's no hidden trick. Or if you could, you can use a needle.
Of upholsterer to or unified yes with?
A low point or with a very low point, oh, every lying point.
Here I am.
Doing bases, oh, I wrap this whole point.
So that's pretty simple.
Stitch, oh, so every stitch here then.
I'm completely in sync.
And I create the low point, oh, right at this first stitch here. Low, oh, well, and in the next one, it's coming along.
Thus,
Stitching on the side of the fabric piece.
the reverse of the law is getting like this. Oh,
You really must see to improve your careers greatly, very true, with a crucial point.
closed with.
Ensure the points are well aligned, okay? Follow up on your sewing. Continue stitching this way until you reach this point. Finally, it's like this. Every career meanders.
I do low O.
I wrap the first point here, oh, on this side and on this side. And I do the low point.
I'm going to create 2 more at home here in the package, and once finished, I'll return to show the results in detail.
So here I am nearing completion. Oh, I stitched the last 2 here and now. Oh, carefully taking it right at the tip. Oh, and precisely here at the tip.
Where am I?
I started and I will close with the...
A very delicate point remains, and I am able to trim.
There's the wire.
What's up?
It has been stitched.
Shoulder now, right?
I have 2 strands here and then I'll make this one.
Finish at the end.
Here too. And then the sewing happens.
The shoulder was like this.
What about the side?
Right like that. Now I'm going to do it on the other side, exactly like I don't.
I'll record video. 'Cause it's the same, hence anything if you stay. No doubt you come back one. A little bit and see how I did this side here, okay? So when do I...
I'll sew the other side and then proceed to the next steps.
I have completed A.
The stitching of both shoulders is complete.
Now I've marked this spot to deal with the mango pit. We will use the measures I've given. Here are some suggestions.
You here? Oh.
Measurement suggestions: OP from 19 to 20 M, from 21 to 22 EG, from 23 to 24 centimeters. So here, I left 20.
Centimeters for your reference.
I put the measuring tape right here on top of the
Shoulder.
Oh, even the marker there. Oh, it was 8 centimeters. So I put a marker on it. So I counted how many stitches are there. Oh, high points. He scored 40 points.
High points.
So I went to...
Part of the back.
and I counted 40.
High points, eh?
I put a marker on it.
Oh, that is absolutely on point.
Number 40 from here to there. To simplify things, if you prefer not to count, just do it yourself.
Will you take the measurement?
Secure and lock. Or you insert 11 pins or any other items here to learn, okay? To differentiate this area, it culminates here and will be your command, right? So now, after completing it, proceed further.
To 2 sides?
So as I measured here, I counted the points.
And I put the...
Marker, 40 points me.
I went to the other side and that's it.
I carefully counted 40.
Points collected, I counted 40 and placed them.
The marker is set, so I'm moving now.
Turner?
On the side,
That's it.
start sewing.
Down here?
Then I'll sew it from down here,
Even the marker.
which is the side of the blouse, and I'm gonna leave that space open. It'll make it easier for me to sew, because one side I have the straps. Let me approach now. On one side I have the straps, where I have the chain, where I started the work, and here.
I have the top of the point.
Okay, that'll be it.
Of the 2 sides, one side will be the top of the point, the other side or the chains, so go.
I'm getting extremely delighted with the sewing.
Then I'll tie the...
Wire here,
Precisely at the initial point, over here, O, within these tiny chains, O. Insert needle and tie.
The thread you can work with is to sew it in a way that...
Have you been getting used to?
you don't have to make the same line.
I'll secure it here, I really will.
Insert again into the same.
Needle spacing is proper, and I'll proceed to the other side.
At the first point here, in these little chains, I'm going to insert my needle.
To do the sewing.
Insert in the first point. So I bring the wire back here, I pull and make a chain, so I've already attached the wire. Now I'm going to insert it into...
Next.
Point, on the strap I have of this point.
And at the top of the subsequent point?
I'll take them.
By pulling 2 straps, I can create a rather low point.
Here I don't need to squeeze too much and don't let go.
Very loose, I'm going to the next point.
I insert myself here, and the strap here, and I go.
Then, on the opposite side, I grab the next top.
Point,
Again, making a very low point, but always steady.
come on, stay straight.
The sewing.
At the next point, Siragula, and at the top of the point.
On the other side,
Allow me to perform a back pull, maintaining a low point.
the seam will stay like this there.
On the bird's side, there is Siragulha at the next designated point.
and I'm going like this, oh, until I get there on the marker, oh.
So it's pretty simple.
The stitching process, I presume.
That I won't stretch?
A lot on the sewing because it's fine.
Simple.
Oh, always catching at the top of the point and in.
Pick it up here.
Are you going?
Making the point.
It's fairly low, so it remains this way on the side.
From the interior and along the side,
The law is like this.
I'll sew.
All the same.
Form. Oh,
Until I get there.
here on the marker.
Afterwards, I'll return. Once here at the end, I'll trim the wire, taking it.
Marker then it is.
Everything.
Stitched and ready.
I sewed the...
On the other side.
Indeed, I did the identical thing.
Certainly stitching. So now can I flip my shirt to the right side? Therefore, in the end, we turn it inside out once more.
And it does everything.
The conclusion is,
All the...
Finishing these wires that are...
What's left over? So she has already finished sewing it up, right?
What occurred?
I'll stitch from this point and proceed.
make a finish now here on the sleeve. I'll do it.
Just a career of low points.
Okay, then I'll tie it up.
The wire right here with a blouse.
To the right side, correct? You should tie the wire right beneath it.
Armna?
Stitch precisely here.
Let me pull one away.
Slightly here under the arm, precisely at the seam on the right side, halt. Remove the tie.
The wire here? So I'll begin here.
Make a low point for each point that...
I do? Then it's going to be pretty easy. Pretty simple, huh?
Then I will.
Take it and I'll insert it again here.
Using the needle, pull the thread and create a simple chain stitch. Proceed.
Make a low point now on this first point that I have here on the side.
Oh.
Create a low point. Great. Now the next point, another low point is needed.
All right, there's no mystery here. Each point I make, I create one.
Low point.
I'll do it like this.
Low point next door.
Whenever I reach this spot, I will turn back, okay?
So here I come down the points.
Low, a low point.
For each stitch, until you get up here, at the seam, at the other part, then here at the seam I go.
Make a point.
Low, oh well. In the seam that's tight, oh well. In the seam, insert A. Using the needle, let me create a low point right here. Understood?
I'm starting it right away.
Shift a bit here, make it slightly lower, all right?
I'm going to take advantage and hide these wires here, okay? I'll bring him here.
To the side.
And I'm already doing it here on top, finishing these wires now. There's no one on this side.
The top of the point.
So I'm going to take the chain straps here. It's on this chain strap. Let it go.
I'll simply remove it.
So you can see these wires clearly. So,
At each top section here, at every spot,
Halsinja, I will.
make a low point.
It will be a needle, will I?
All these threads here, to finish off, I complete with a low point. Let's continue next time.
Come on.
Here in Nelsinja, it's very low indeed, Nelsinja.
Oh, and it's getting like this. Oh, it's a really cool finish, and here it finishes the thread because I'm already bringing it here and doing all these threads on top. So in every little chain here, oh, I'm going to make one.
Low point, I'm going.
Weave a stitch.
Low until you get there.
Down here, upon my arrival, I shall return and mention that I walked through this spot.
The whole side. I got down here. I'm gonna do the
Last point here. Can I close with a point?
This chain begins with a very low point as intended. Oh yes.
Entering with the needle and making a very low point, I can cut the thread, fourth, thread, and...
I'm already naked here, and then I'll finish this one. So the sleeve got the finish. I already made this one. I chose to make this finish like this. Simpler is.
But if you want, you can do another type of finish. No problem. Now I'm going to do the same.
Thing on the other side?
Okay, I'm not going to record video either because
It's the same thing. I'll tie up the pole down here and I'll make it through.
one,
Career.
just low points, okay? So as soon as I finish the other side, I'll come back to show you how I'm going to do it here in Go.
Right now,
I finished the other one.
Mulga.
It's here at 2 already ready. Now all I need to do is give it.
Finish here is on the collar.
Observe what is its current state.
I'm gonna tie the thread right here, or on the side, right at the seam of the...
Shoulder, I'll tie the wire here.
To get started, okay, I will.
Organize and now?
Return.
So I'm here, at the shoulder seam.
I'm going to insert the wire.
And I'll tie it up.
There's already a lot of wire in there.
I'm going to take advantage of it, and I'm going to finish all of them. Oh, there are plenty.
Shall I put him aside?
After I tie the string securely on all of them, we will proceed.
Once again, I will insert the thread precisely where I had tied the needle, pull the thread taut, and form a small decorative chain.
And I will.
It's a minor setback.
I'll make one here.
Right next door currently?
Here I will have...
Where exactly should I place a low point? Here or maybe here?
Therefore, on this side I have...
The stitches?
So I can take the straps.
It's everyone. Take it here.
Point.
All right, I will create a low point right now.
Taking advantage of it to hide.
What about all those motion pictures?
These wires are a mess, Jack. Can you manage them?
Finally made it here. Oh, and now I've already done it.
I've got it on the side of my shirt.
In the front, oh, and here I don't have it.
Top of the line.
Oh, I have.
Indicate the side.
So I'm going to insert its needle in the middle.
I'll perform. Low on every point that lies down. Oh.
Here's this point lying down. I'm going to insert needle.
Here I am standing.
Bringing these silos here. Oh, stop.
Shoot, okay, just leave me here at night, and I brought this one with me. This one I have to hide, and this one I will.
Having to go down now will work. Here, look, I have this point lying down.
I'm going to do low. I'm going this way to the hollow space. Low a few.
You want?
You can get one.
Only then will you realize how far away you are.
Oh, I placed 2 items.
Right here at this point.
Lying down, I added more. Bass sounds.
So it's pretty easy, oh then.
Every lying point I lay, low, O.
It's gonna get like this, and I'll do everything here the same way. On the side, I'll place it a little lower at the top of each.
Point! And here? Part of the back. I do the same thing I'm doing up front here, oh too.
For each point lying down here, okay, so when I get here, oh, again, I'll return.
So I'm going to circle the entire collar.
Doing so when I get here, I'll return.
I went all the way down the neck.
And here I am again where I began.
Now I can.
It's just that on the first stitch I made, I insert the needle, pull the...
Wire and clasp with a low stitch. Can I cut the wire now? And the blouse is ready, just missing the...
Finishes what?
I'll hand it to you.
that little kickoff.
The blouse is ready, and the only thing missing is the...
Finish to conceal.
These threads here, I'll present them to her, all woven together.
What about A?
Golinia is now ready. Observe the sleeve while I demonstrate how to conceal this part.
Theo, I'll take this one. Oh.
Under the arm to show with the crochet needle itself.
Can I reduce up to 11 a little thinner than I had been weaving? Place it either inside or to the side.
Upside down.
And I'll get it here myself.
This is the stitch. Oh, do you see where?
You're gonna... Oh, gee, that one.
Guide the wire back. Oh, pull it in reverse and proceed.
Walking, am I?
I pass here within a few loops.
And I pull the...
Wire!
I'll walk alongside him until I finally find him.
Which is already good, which I can cut or...
I walk with him.
Everything is arriving here, and I'm experiencing it firsthand.
So if you want, you can.
Please get to the specific point as well, all right?
As you walk, this thread vanishes.
How did I walk?
Enough of here.
Is it okay if I cut it here?
And if you want, you can pass it in its entirety, walk between.
The stitches indeed stay here. I can also cut them.
And the...
Finish it stays.
Very perfect. Very beautiful. Nothing shows up on the right side, so you'll turn your piece inside out and go.
Look for all these.
What are the strings?
Leftover.
So, oh. And she's going to hide it like I said. She's going to take it and hide all these little wires.
There you go.
The blouse will be ready, so that's when she'll be available.
Ready. I'll come back to pass.
Take the measurements and demonstrate the final outcome. The blouse now finished includes all the details.
Okay, I'll pass.
The measurements now here for you then, her.
Do you understand?
Wow, 40 years old.
It's 50 centimeters long, really stretching well, about 50 centimeters.
And in width it has already taken more than I did. It is very wide, 52 wide by 50 long, so...
She stayed longer.
Loose than long because I wanted her. Short and very loose, okay? That's it.
That was the video lesson.
I hope you liked the blouse. If you liked, leave your like, subscribe to the channel. If you have not yet subscribed, and do not forget to activate
The notifications?
so that YouTube always notifies you when I do
Post a new one
video class so you don't miss anything.
on the channel, okay?
So,
Don't forget the like.
don't forget to share and subscribe. See you next time.
Video class.